Does the concept of sweat equity still exist for the American home buyer? Or should you purchase the home that is just perfect and no renovations are needed? Or should you really dig in and do the work and see what happens? Well, I think it depends, and I'm going to tell you why. The reasons behind my it depends is with sweat equity, nowadays, hiring a contractor is extremely expensive. Materials are expensive, timelines, living within a construction zone, it's all very difficult. Now, the reason I say it depends is because I do still think that sweat equity exists if you pick the home in the right location with minimal amount of work and you're realistic with your budget. But the big caveat is, can you do any of the work yourself? And if the answer is no, you cannot do any of the work yourself and you plan to hire all of the work, I would suggest that it's a better option to buy the perfect home and wait for that to come along. And now the perfect home is different for everybody. It's based on your location. It might be based on schools. It's based on functionality. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how big the kitchen is it updated? Those types of things are questions only you can answer. But when it comes to home renovation, especially right now with inflation and just the cost of housing, a lot of people make the mistake of getting into purchasing something that is not what they wanted. They think they're gonna renovate it with a contractor and they don't budget correctly. They go and they watch television shows and they listen to people throw out numbers like, oh, a full kitchen renovation with new cabinets, countertops, everything. It's only gonna cost you $20,000. I don't know what world they're living in, but it is not $20,000 to renovate a very basic kitchen any longer. You're looking at $50,000 all day long for a full kitchen renovation. That's new cabinets, new countertops, installation, backsplash, new appliances, and fabrication. And a lot of times people will forget fabrication and installation, which are about as much as your countertops nowadays. Backsplash, if you think it's a simple little thing that you're gonna do just to jazz up the area, if you're removing backsplash, you're damaging the membrane and the sheetrock behind that, which needs to be repaired and is expensive. And if you've purchased tile recently, you also know that that is extremely expensive right now. So your budget gets blown out very, very quickly. To put just 4 boxes, cabinets in a recent addition, that cost not just the cabinet cost, the pickup cost, the installation, and also the painting. And let me tell you, installation and painting was actually the highest cost, not the cost of the cabinets. So all of these numbers add up, which is why I'm telling you this. Sweat equity may end up breaking your bank account because it is so costly. And where it used to be traditional, if you're gonna do a renovation, budget in 20% more. Not anymore, no. You're gonna need to budget in 30, 40, 50% over budget. And looking at timelines, if a contractor says this is only gonna take 3 months, you can guarantee they are gonna drag it out for a year and a half. Why does that even happen? Why do they take so long? Because they're stacking up jobs back to back to back. And they may only come to your job, depending on what timeline you're in, on the weekend. They might only come on a Saturday. They might for the first 4 days of the job to get everything established and demo, and then not show up for weeks. They may have miscalculated their cost for materials or for labor. There's all types of reasons, but mainly it's because contractors do multiple jobs at the same time. So there's never a guarantee when they're gonna be at your home, what the timeline is gonna be. They'll say 3 months just to get the job. And typically they say 3 months for a full home renovation. Not possible. And anybody that has gone through a full home renovation knows it's a year and a half. 3 months equals a year and a half all the time. Any contractors out there that dispute that, I would love to know how you stay on your timeline while still performing multiple jobs. Love to hear from you. And if you have any comments on any of your home renovations and your sweat equity and how you thought it was gonna go versus how it actually went, I would love to hear that in the comments as well. Thank you.